So it looks like they're talking, discussing something. I'll walk over and see. Looks like they were together. He gave her a friendly hands up signal. Good morning. Good morning. So again, they're gathering their content for whatever they're doing. Nothing illegal, nothing harmful, nothing suspicious about what they're doing. They're not being detained or otherwise bothered. They're going onto the property, again, that VIA asserts is private property and will run other people with cameras off during the nighttime. But again, you see that where they're at now, they're not obstructing with anything. They're not doing anything wrong or illegal. Now VIA will sit there and tell other people that if they're on that property at night that they're trespassing. And where that lady's walking, they'll assert that that's private property, that you can't go on there at night either. Again, she's walking on a public easement. And I mean, they may actually work for VIA for all I know. I don't know that. It doesn't matter to me whether they work for VIA or not. The fact is that they're not being harassed by security or the police out here. So I don't want to interfere with what they're doing, but I am going to ask him a question. His recording light was on just a second ago, and he is texting somebody. And like I said, he was friendly when I talked to him. You work for him? And now the lady has contacted security and is pointing out that I am filming them filming the property. So I've waved to the security guard. Who's over here. And again, if it's a concern of theirs that I'm filming them, filming in public, then I respect that. But again, it's my right to film in public, just like it's their right to film. So again, what I suspect is that they're actually working for VIA, or maybe working for VIA. But either way, they're filming in public, and I'm filming them filming in public. So we'll see what comes of that. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out on this at this point. And here's your security over on this side, and they will ask. More than likely, they're coming over to address me filming their photographer based off of that other person's complaint. So, again, this is all speculation, but that's probably what this is. Yep. We got another unit pulling up over here. Yep, they're going to address that person, which is quite funny because Oh, the irony. Not much. How you guys doing today? You get a call about me filming this guy filming?
Yeah,
Is that what this is about?
Yeah, I just wondered, is there anything going on, or?
No, nothing going on. I'm just simply documenting he's out here filming. I'm not. He was friendly. He was cordial. He waved to me. I waved to him. He filmed me. I filmed him. The lady he was with went inside, complained. I'm assuming at this.
No, he didn't complain. He's working for VIA.
Yeah, no, he didn't complain. The lady he was with walked in here and told that security guard that she complained or whatever. It's not a problem. Like I said, you guys are asking.
I know you don't really call I just want to make sure that you didn't think he was doing anything wrong. Or anything.
Oh, absolutely not. Like you know me, I film things that are going on in public. Yep. I'm actually documenting that he's out here filming in public, and he's perfectly allowed to do that. Originally, I didn't know he worked for VIA, but after the lady, gave me a dirty look and walked in and talked to the guard, I'm like, she probably doesn't like that I'm filming her. That's probably what it is. He's taking pictures for you guys.
Yeah.
But again, there's nothing going on here other than the fact, like I said, he was courteous to me. I was courteous to him. Other than the fact that you guys are out here at this point, obviously responding to some complaint or saying, hey, why is this guy out here filming? You guys during the day, I mentioned that earlier on my video, have always been good about allowing the public to film. To do what we're doing in a public area. At night, there have been some issues down here. I'm sure you guys are aware of that. The other night, I came out here. Sorry, the trains, the noise. The other night, I came out here following up on an incident that happened down the street. One of your officers was riding my camera on a public street. She's always been friendly with me before. I'm like, hey, why are you going to do that? And, she was upset. So I was like, I'll come down here and talk to her. She's always been courteous before. And I came down here and you had a officer in the parking lot with the light out. And, I mean, you guys we know at night things are different. We also know that this secondary parking lot over here is where you keep your vehicles, and that you guys consider it private property even though it's not posted that way. So I wasn't going to walk onto that area where you guys keep your private vehicles and tell that officer, hey, you have a light out. So I went and I talked to Officer Cook in the dispatch area, and I just let him know. But as usual, while you guys all know me and know I'm not out causing trouble, most other officers, when they see a person with the camera, they throw this label on us and go, it's an auditor, he's out to cause trouble. When I went to let him know, hey, there's a vehicle with the light out over there, and I'm not going on the property because I know you guys consider that private property, even though it's not marked that way. I don't want to go over there and tell the officer, hey, you have a light out, and then them to go, oh, you're one of those auditor guys, and give me grief for just pointing out a safety thing. Right. So anyway, I came back by today. We're going to be catching a bus out here shortly. Saw this gentleman filming and was just commenting, hey, during the daytime, these guys are perfectly cool with people filming. You see this guy walking around here. And again, at that time, I didn't know he worked for VIA, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just, for my story, it's about, these guys aren't against you filming, but some officers do take people out filming at other times as threats, or they assume the worst is going on, which isn't always the case. Like I said, fortunately for me, most of you guys, I don't know Officer Pena here, but I'm sure he'll get to know me. Most of you guys out here know that, I'm not causing trouble or whatever else. One of the other concerns that I did have since he was filming, I was filming him because, the one guy assaulted me for filming out here. And so I kept my camera on him shortly just to make sure, no one gave him grief or whatever. But again, once the lady went in and complained, I'm like, oh, he probably is doing a story for VIA or working for them. I realized that, and I just waited over here.
Yeah, they're surveyors. They're taking surveys of
land
and stuff like that.
Right. And again, once I figured that and I saw you guys come out, I'm like, hey, I'll just let them know what's up. I certainly understand her concern. It's ironic to me that she's concerned about someone filming them, but if it's a concern for her safety, she did the absolute right thing. She approached you guys came out, made sure there's not a problem, and like I said, he didn't have a problem.
She felt uncomfortable. She said there was somebody out there, and she felt like they were filming her, which I'm assuming was you.
Yes, it was me. I did film her, and
But, I here to talk to you. Right?
No, and again, I appreciate it. If she wants to talk to me on or off camera, I will do that.
Yeah.
I was going to talk to him, but he looked like he was busy, and I didn't want to interfere with the story.
Yeah.
Like I said, he was cordial. He's like, hey, what's up? He's polite. And like I said, again, for me, as soon as I realized that she went in and talked to the other officer who's standing over here, at that point, I'm like, okay, I understand her point. I'll wait here till the other people show up. And what's the way for me to put this? My story this morning, when I started it, seeing him filming here, was actually going to be about how the different shifts on VIA do respond to people filming in public. Because again, as you guys know, you have problems with auditors that do come down here. You had the guys that came down here the other day, right or wrong, whether it was baiting or not. However, officers do treat people who film different. And that's why I was saying the other night, one of the officers who I regularly speak with down here was over off of Medina and Comal Street at the little Mexican restaurant. I'm sure you guys all know that. You guys, a lot of law enforcement and fire department eat there. I walked by, I was filming, and she brighted my camera and my face, and I'm like, why the hell would you do that? It's because I'm filming, and so I flipped her off. I'm like, hey, what the hell? And she's like, hey, why are you doing that for? I'm like, why are you brightening me and blinding me? And she's like, oh, it's you, Reyes. I'm sorry, I didn't recognize you. And then I'm like, it doesn't matter if you know who I am or what I'm doing. Was that a responsible or, appropriate action? So, I mean, like you guys, you know I'm friendly or cordial most of the time, but I'm also a rights guy. I'm not going to tolerate abuse. And at the same time, I try to give things from a fair perspective.
Yeah,
And
good, man. No worries, Mr. Rice. Just so you know, I got that report in for you, too, so if you want to follow up later.
Again, that assault report was just to cover me in the future and to give you guys the same thing. You did get the video clip, right? That I emailed?
I did.
Okay.
I sent it off to our CID and our detectives. This way, if they want to look into it further and have something on file for like a bolo or something like that, let them handle that. But
like I said, I mean, this isn't the first time that someone isn't happy with me filming in public. Again, I find it ironic. She's upset, but they're filming other people. I know she's not filming people.
Yeah.
She's filming the facility, but again, she did the right thing. If she's concerned, notify police. You guys came out here.
that's all we're here for.
No, and again,
Other than that,
hey, I appreciate you guys being polite and courteous. Like I said,
Anybody else, we're just here to do a job.
No, and again, I try to represent the facts the way they are. You guys have always been polite with me. I try to explain that to some of the other auditors or people who do similar things to what I do, that officers are always going to react differently. Unfortunately, there is a growing trend that pits officers against auditors instead of us working together, because there's basically, most auditors are looking for misbehavior. Well, I'm more of a guy who likes to document things. Just like, the property lines, as I was explaining to Officer Cook the other night, while I know that that's your private property and you guys will assert that, it's not clearly marked, just like this parking lot is open to the public to use to park in. Some of your officers will say it's not, even though you have a sign that's posted there. Just so you're aware,
Posted the wrong way.
Yeah, it's posted the wrong way. I've brought that up multiple times. So, and I tell people, if you park down here and they tow you, it's an unlawful tow. But, I mean, that doesn't matter. The fact is, the next lot over, it is for your private use, but it's not clearly marked, and some people are going to get into hot water. And as you guys all know, if you guys came up to me and I was nasty with you, your attitude's going to be reflective of the way I respond. So that's why I was explaining the other night. I'm not going to walk onto that private property and tell the officer his lights out, because he's going to assume right away, because I'm filming, that I'm there to cause an issue, when again, my thing is, hey, just get your vehicle turned in, get the light fixed. That's all that needs to happen there. Once again, guys, you've been polite and courteous with me all the time. I'm going to get out of here. I'll probably be back down here later. It is what it is.
If you ever do want to come out and record, actually do something, as far as filming the facility, or for whatever reason you want, just go to 1021 San Pedro and you can just get permission from them in the event that you wanted to do something like that,
Well, see, that's the thing is that VIA's policy is that they allow photography on their property, except for in restricted areas. So you don't really need their permission. I know what you're saying, though. If I want to do a in-depth story or whatever, or perhaps go inside the restricted areas or whatever else, I work with the city government. I work with other things like that. Just recently, I had an issue with San Antonio parking. Their guy saying you need a commercial filming permit to film in here. I'm like, look, I'm not trying to be rude to you, but you're wrong. I don't need that. And while I appreciate you saying just go get permission to do it, that's kind of why what we do is why most auditors do it. It's because we don't need permission to engage in our free rights. And as you guys, I'm sure, are aware, I'm sure you've dealt with plenty of people who do similar things that I do that are not as polite as I am. Some of these guys will force issues or bait officers, and I tell everyone that talks to an auditor or otherwise, if you're doing your job and you don't get baited, then you don't have anything to hide. But, I mean, let's face it, like I said, if you guys came up and I'm like, and this is not directed at you guys, but if I'm like, what the hell are you doing, pig? Why are you bothering me? I'm out here doing nothing. Of course, you're going to be hostile and go, hey, get out of here. And again, I'm not out here trying to make a story of you guys approaching me. I was making a story that you guys allow people to film in public, and this just backs that up 100%. So you guys have a good day. I'm going to go ahead and end my recording.